Hey guys, this is Bill again. I don't know what happened, but getting into my Facebook Live, my phone just shut down. I have no idea why. I hasn't done that before, but it did. And I remember where I started. I ended at, but you know what? This is very important, so I have to start all over again. So sorry guys. So let's start all over again. Hey guys, Bill and Emily, this is Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing great today. I got some questions that people have been asking me in the last few months on my what do I eat when I'm coming off intermittent fasting and extended fasting. Now, those of you that follow me know that Emily and I have been doing research on this for about 6 or 7 months. And the results that we have seen in just a short amount of time have been phenomenal. I've actually lost, I'm down to my 8th grade weight, which is 175 pounds. I've burned off more lean or body fat in a short amount of time than I did when I was competing back in the days. And I'm not going through the side effects of being on those 12-week diet plans to get ready to go on stage. I'm not doing that. And so what is crazy is that we saw such good results with this that we decided to put some other people on it because we saw it in such a short amount of time. And so what I did was I picked different body parts, or body types, I'm sorry, and I picked people that don't exercise also, because I wanted to see what intermittent fasting and extended fasting would do to those that could not exercise. And obviously, the results were phenomenal. They also saw some great results when they followed our 2 protocols. The 2 protocols that I'm using right now is we're hydrating ourselves daily with electrolyzed reduced water that has the ability to flush out inflammation and to be able to detox us on a daily basis. See, I got to clean the slate. I got to be sure the body is nice and clean from all toxic chemicals. We're never going to get away from the environmental toxins, guys. We'll always have that around us. But we've got to have a way to flush that out. We've got to have a way to be able to hydrate at the cellular level and to flush that out. And the water you guys are drinking, the bottled waters, the city waters, the mineral waters, those waters you're buying at health food stores or those waters you're buying in front of the stores, that's all toxic to the body. That is not going to detox you on a daily basis. It's just not. And science has already proved all that. Okay, guys? And so the first protocol you have to do, you got to clean the slate, you got to change the type of water you're drinking. The second protocol that we are seeing some amazing results on is the intermittent fasting and extended fasting, which is all backed by science. Our ancestors did all this. The health benefits are incredible when you're doing intermittent and extended fasting. Our ancient fathers who found medicine, that was the remedy they would use to help people, was intermittent fasting and extended fasting. So it's been around a long time, but the public here in the United States do not hear much about it, or the medical professionals or the health professionals out there are telling them that's an unhealthy way of eating, which is BS. It's not. It's actually the healthy way. Our body was designed to do intermittent fasting. Our body has mechanisms designed in it to flush all the chemicals and toxic chemicals in the old cells out on a daily basis. But because we're eating every 2 hours like we're being told to, the body doesn't have a chance to do its natural detoxing, guys. And besides, when you're doing extended fasting, the health benefits in that is incredible. Because what's happening when you're on extended fasting? Well, pretty simple. You're not eating, right? Well, if you don't eat, you're going to lose weight, right? That's one of the benefits. But there's other benefits involved. When you're doing extended fasting, which are 20 hours or longer, you're spiking your testosterone level. You're spiking your growth hormones. You're spiking a procedure called autophagy. Autophagy is when your body is naturally rejuvenating the stem cells and getting rid of the old cells in the muscles and the tendons. You have to go through that. You have to go through autophagy to be healthy. And how you do that is through extended fasting, but you've got to be depleted from glycogen in your liver and glycogen in your muscle. So you need to understand that. But I did, during my research, I did find that food does matter when you come off of intermittent fasting or you come off an extended fasting. A lot of you might see the research on Google or wherever or somebody may be telling you that you don't have to worry about what you eat during your window. Like, for example, our base, 7 days a week, is going to be at 18-6 fasting, which means we're going to fast for 18 hours, and we have a 6-hour window. Well, during my research, I have found that if you mix up your week, and you, like for me, I'll do a 24-hour fast on Monday, I might do a 20-hour fast on Thursday, I might do another 18 on Saturday. I kind of mix it up. And I've also added a 36-hour fast, once or twice every couple of months, or I do a 48-hour fast, or I do a 72. I mix it all up, okay? So that's why, I think that's why we have seen such benefits in such a short amount of time, because we're constantly mixing it up and we're dipping into our growth hormones, our testosterone. Now, remember, guys, we're seniors. Emily and I both are over 60 years old. What's our concern? Well, we want to be healthy, of course, and we want to be able to enjoy our family, but we also want to be able to slow premature aging. You hear what I said about extended fasting? Autophagy? That's what's going to help you guys slow premature aging. Also, if you're raising your testosterone and you're raising your growth hormones, that is also going to help slow premature aging. And if you're looking to put on lean muscle mass, that is what's going to help you to keep your muscle mass and get leaner, and it's going to help you even, you're going to double dip in the fat burning by tapping into your growth hormones, okay, guys? And so what I learned is that food does matter for me, and I think for all of us out there, food does matter. So I try to come off of my fasting more with whole foods, high nutrient foods, raw foods. I don't eat, we do a very high good fat diet, moderate protein. We don't eat a lot of red meat. If we do, it's going to be pasture raised, and it's maybe once or twice or 3 times a month. A lot of our protein comes from eggs. We love pastured eggs, so which, you know, for me and the research that I've seen so far, eggs is one of the highest nutrient foods out there that has everything in it. Not egg whites. I'm talking about the whole egg. So who's ever telling you that you should not eat a whole egg because of the dietary cholesterol, it's going to raise your cholesterol? That's BS. They have no idea what they're talking about. They don't understand the body. They don't understand good pasture-raised eggs and how important those eggs are and how important the nutrients that are in it, and it's all balanced. So your body operates on balance, and it needs balance of minerals. It needs balance of nutrients. It has to have a natural balance, and it needs that. So don't let anybody tell you that whole eggs are bad for you, because it's not. It's not true. So I have learned that when I come off my intermittent fasting or an extended fasting, that if I come off with good whole foods, I feel better. I've done it both ways. Those of you out there that may have somebody that's telling you don't have to worry about what you eat during your 6-hour window or your 4-hour window, whatever kind of a fasting protocol you're going through, they're pretty much right. You don't have to worry about it. But I want faster results. I mean, I want that body fat or that belly fat to go away, like most Americans do. There's no patience here. I want to get it done, so I will do whatever it takes. Well, what I've learned is, yes, I have lost body fat and scale weight by not worrying about anything I eat during that 6-hour window. I mean, I can eat processed foods, I can eat sweets, I can eat whatever I want and not even worry about it. And I'm going to lose some of that weight. But I also learned that when I'm coming off of my fasting or by fasting, I feel better, that whole day being on whole foods. So this is what I have come up with that helps me to come off my fasting to where I feel better. and I'm getting great results. I'm noticing results with just in a few 2 or 3 months of my lean body, or my body fat coming off quickly. I'm seeing things I have not seen in over 40 years on my body, and I'm increasing my lean muscle mass because my strength keeps going up. I'm 175 pounds, 8th grade weight. I'm as strong as I was when I was 205, but with a whole lot less body fat. Okay, so that's the crazy stuff. That just shows how powerful this lifestyle is, because it's long term. This can be done long term. Once your body gets acclimated, it's very simple. I'm getting texts from people that I have this on that are telling me, Bill, this is ridiculous. This is too easy. Sometimes I have to force myself to eat. That's exactly where I am now. As I think, I better have an egg. I'll have a hard-boiled egg or something. So this is what I do when I'm coming off my a 18-hour or 20-hour or an extended fasting, and this is what I'm going to do today. So, you know what? I forgot my kefir. I got to go to the refrigerator and get my kefir. Okay, I'm back. So, guys, my wife makes homemade kefir. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that before, but you can buy it in the stores or health food stores. We don't want to do that because it's on the shelf. So obviously it's got to have a shelf life to it. So if it has a shelf life to it, that means there's something in it that I don't want. Okay, so Emily makes our own homemade kefir. What we have here is a jar of massive amounts of probiotics, live and fresh, and massive amounts of digestive enzymes to help our gut. Your gut health is one of the top things you've got to keep healthy. How do you feed good gut bacteria? Probiotics and prebiotics. How do you digest the food you eat? Good enzymes. And that's what I'm getting in here. And besides being massive amounts of probiotics, I'm getting massive amounts of B vitamins. Oh, I would have to say about 4 or 5 months ago, I had to take B12 shots because my B12 was way, way low. And so I was having to take a B12 shot once a week, I think it was. I got a blood test here back in, I started doing the kefir about 4 months ago, or 5, and I got a blood test about a month and a half ago, and she said and I stopped taking the B12 shots. Even before I went and got the blood test, I stopped it because I didn't want to do it anymore. I don't want to take a synthetic medicine. I don't want to do that, even though they're saying it's bioidentical or it's natural. I don't want to take a shot. So I stopped. Well, when I went and got my blood test done, guess what? My B12 my B12 was perfect. We're fine. So this is working, okay? So what I do, this is what I'm going to do when my first meal of the day. So I take my jar here. I got to shake it first. I want to shake it, mix it all up. I like to get it all mixed up. Okay? There we go. And then I'm going to take a cup here. I got a measuring cup, and I'm going to go ahead and measure 1 cup. Okay? And then I'll put it in my glass. Right? That's what it looks like. Okay? Then I'm going to put the top on because half the time I knock things over when I'm doing something like this. Chia seed. You guys ever heard of chia seed before? I love this stuff. A great source of protein and omega-3s. Remember, I'm on a high-fat diet. Good high-fat diet. Okay? So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take, let's see here. Here's my MCT oil too. I'm going to take a tablespoon here, and I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of chia seed. Okay? There we go. There we go. 2 tablespoons of chia seed. And I'm going to take my MCT oil, which is a great source of fat. I'm going to take some MCT oil. I probably do, 2 to 3 tablespoons of this a day. Now, those of you that never taken MCT oil, start off with a teaspoon first. Don't do what I did. I started off with, I did 2 tablespoons in one day, and I need to be close to a bathroom. Okay, well now it's no big deal now. I even take a jar of this. I have it in my backpack that I take if I go out to eat. I'll sprinkle it on my salad. So that's how much I enjoy it. And it's just got a lot of good nutritional value to it. So I'll do a tablespoon of this, and I'll put it in there. Then, some of you might be using the green Vibrance. This is my green powder, GMO, organic. Lots of good, as you can see, it's got a lot of good stuff in it. So I'll try to do this once or twice a day, a scoop of this. And I'll put it right in here. Okay, I'll put it right in here. Bingo. Now I'll stir it up really good. Here's my spoon, and I like to stir it up really good here. Get it all stirred up. Now, it may not look good to you guys, but it actually is very, very good. It tastes great. I love it. I mean, when Emily first started making this stuff, I told her, I said, I ain't going to drink that stuff. There's no way. I'm not going to like it. I crave it now because my body is a lot cleaner. When you're doing intermittent fasting and extended fasting, what are you doing? You're naturally detoxing yourself while you're on that fasting. So eventually your body's going to crave the good stuff, okay? Now I'll get it nice and mixed up. And this is going to be my first meal that I'm going to have. Now, do you think my stomach or my gut is going to enjoy this more than if I were to go get some bacon and eggs and hash browns and pancakes and syrup or an egg burrito and processed egg? Yeah, of course it is. My body is going to love it. Okay, so I'll drink it. And this will be my first meal. Okay, now, I have another, sometimes, if like on leg days, I'll want to eat something at my first meal, a little higher carbs. And so what I've done is I've come up with a oatmeal pancake, an organic oatmeal pancake. It's still very low glycemic, which means it won't spike my insulin up high. See, that's the key to losing body fat. That's why intermittent fasting and extended fasting works so well, because you're controlling the hormone that is causing you to gain weight or to gain belly fat, insulin. Okay? By you guys eating every 2 hours or not giving your body a chance to detoxify naturally on an empty stomach, you're going to cause a side effect from doing that over time called insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is the root cause to type 1, type 2 diabetes and obesity. Okay? That's science. I mean, that's already out there. That's the root cause. So what am I doing? I am controlling my insulin level, keeping it low by eating more, less, processed foods and so forth. And I'm eating lower glycemic foods that doesn't spike my insulin level. I've actually combined a ketogenic diet to my 2 protocols and found out, I've been doing this for about a month and a half or 2 months, my body really, really enjoys the ketogenic meals because of the higher fat. It seems to operate more efficiently on a ketogenic meal plan, which is I do that maybe 3 or 4 or 5 times a week. I still do I'll still have some bread. I'll still have a pancake for Sunday breakfast. But I won't do pastas. I won't do white rices. I don't do white potatoes, stuff like that. Now, sweet potatoes and yams are great every so often. But mainly my last meal of the day, which is at 6 o'clock, is going to be a very whole food, plant-based diet, similar to like a very colorful salad with a couple of eggs in it, some organic goat cheese on it, stuff like that. I like to finish off my day with that. But I come up with a meal that's called, which is an oatmeal pancake. And sometimes I'll come off my fastings on a Wednesday because I did legs that day, and I don't really know if that really makes sense or not, because I think no matter if I come off even with this, it's still going to help me to recover fast and put the good nutrients. But you know what? I want to mix it up a little bit. I want to taste something different. I don't want to do the same thing over and over. And I also take these oatmeal pancakes as my snack. So what old people like to do that are retired, they do something they like to do every single day. Well, what Emily and I like to do is we'll go to Starbucks and we'll get a flat white, or we'll go to Eats here in Old Town and we'll get a macadamia coffee. But I used to buy the bagels and put cream cheese on it. Because remember, I'm in my 6-hour window, so I can eat whatever I want, right? I mean, that's how it works. There's no stressing about what I'm eating. If I feel like a bagel with cream cheese, I can have one. If I feel like a scone, I can have one. I don't that often, but I do. I can. I know I can, so I'm not going to fail. But what I've been doing is I've been making my organic oatmeal pancake, and I've been cutting it in 4s. I'll show you. And I've been doing that as my snack in the afternoon coffee with my wife. And boy, it actually tastes better. It tastes a lot better, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to bring you on the other side here, and I'm going to show you how I make it. So hope I don't knock you down. Okay, there we go. Can you see? Let's see here. Let me bring it down a little bit. Let's see here. How's it? There we go. I think that's better. Okay. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I got to get all my ingredients here. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys how I make my. Let's see. I'm going to show you guys. Okay. Let me adjust this a little bit. Let me get some eggs out of the refrigerator. All right. So how I'm going to make this. This is how I'm going to make my oatmeal pancakes, guys. So as you can see, I've got pasture-raised eggs. That's what I want. So for me, now you guys can use as many eggs as you want. I'm going to use 3. So I'm going to put 3 in this bowl here, like so. Okay. All right, there we go. Now you can. Let's see if I can get you to see them. Can you see them? Hope you can see them. Not here. I'll tell you what. I'll lift you up here. Can you? Let's see. Can you see them now? Nice and pretty and yellow. I hope so. So I got those in here, and now, as you can see here over on this side, I've got an iron pan. I like to use an iron pan. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to coat it with coconut oil. Okay, because I want to put the coconut oil, and I'm going to coat it with that. There we go. Coat it with that, because every time I wash my iron pans, if I don't forget, I'm always going to coat them with this. Okay, let me dry my hands off here a little bit. Okay, so 3 eggs. Okay, so the next step is I got my organic oatmeal right there. Okay, that's my organic oatmeal. I got a coffee grinder right here. All right, so there's my coffee grinder. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my oatmeal, I'm going to take the cap here, I'm going to get a cap full of this, of my oatmeal, organic oatmeal. I'm going to put in the grinder, and it's going to be loud, I'm going to grind it. There we go, that should be enough. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and pour it in here, like so. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing on low to get the pan warm. I'm going to get the pan warm now. I'm going to get it warm. And I'm going to be using, like I said, I like to stick to higher fat food, so I'm going to go use some real butter here. I'm just going to put a little bit of real butter in here, like so. I'm actually going to put a little bit of real butter in here. Now, for those of you that might want to, there's my bowl there. So I think you can see it there now. You can put peanut butter if you want in here, a teaspoon or a tablespoon, or you can put almond butter if you'd like. You got to be careful with peanut butter because most of it's junk, and so you got to be really careful with that. So now I've got some mixed nuts. Now I also use these mixed nuts, guys, during the day. I have a bag full of these in my backpack, and these are a good source of protein and high fat too, and are good fat. And so during the day when I'm on my eating window or just before my meal, I may have a handful of this. So, but I do put some of this in here like this, and I got some pecans here. I'll put some pecans in here, a little bit of pecans. Okay, so I did that. Now, I do use honey, but you need to get your honey from out of the United States. Try to get it from, I think Emily says India or something, because you want organic honey out of the United States, because 100% of the honey here is contaminated with pesticides and herbicides. Because why? The flowers. Now, I think I just put in about, I don't know, a tablespoon and a half. If you guys want, you can put about a tablespoon and a half there. So there's the honey. So I got that. So I got my 3 eggs. I got my, I ground up my organic oatmeal, make a powder, almost like a flour. So it kind of looks like that. And then I got my oatmeal, my mixed nuts. So then I'm going to stir it up real good, like so. Get it all stirred up. Like so. Okay. Get it going here. So I have to really get this thing going here. Let's see here. It's almost done. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see if you can see it. That's what it looks like. That's what it's going to look like. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and put it in my pan here. Let's get this thing to move up some of the grease around here and the butter. Get it nice and buttery. Okay, and I got to get my spatula. There's my spatula right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and pour it in here. Just like this. I'm going to pour it all in here like so. Okay, now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to turn the fire up a little bit higher, get a little bit warmer, but I'm going to wait till the bottom gets brown before I flip it over. Okay, so let's see if I can get you over here. Here, let's try this. See if you can see it. There we go. That's what it looks like. Just like that, guys. Okay? Looks like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for that to brown. It'll brown on both sides, and I'll flip it when it's ready. Now, what I've done here is I've actually made one that is already done. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Let's see here. Let me get this thing up a little bit. There we go. Okay. So that's what it looks like when it's done, just like that. So what I do is I'll cut it in 4s, like so, like that. And I'll cut it in 4. Now, there we go. It's cut in 4s. Now, I got a snack here now, a very healthy, low glycemic snack with good fat in it and a lot of good nutrients in it. And instead of buying a muffin or a donut or a bagel or whatever, when I'm going to the coffee shop with my wife, I now have my snack. See? And so, like I said, so this is kind of how I come off my fasting. I prefer doing the kefir drink when I come off my fasting. Now, some days I'll even do a green fruit smoothie. I'll do a cup of kefir in a blender. This is my blender here, like this. I'll do a cup of kefir in there. I'll put my 2 tablespoons of chia seeds in there. I'll put a half a banana. The outside of the banana's got to be black, so I'll put a half a banana in there. I'll put a half a cup of grounded oatmeal in my blender. I'll put my green powder in there. I'll put my MCT oil, my tablespoon, and I'll also put a half a cup of my organic mixed fruits and 6 ounces of 9.5 water. And I'll blend that up. Now sometimes I come off of my fasting and use that too. Not often, but sometimes I do when I feel like it. That's just part of mixing it up. So guys, that just kind of gives you guys an idea of what Emily and I are doing and how we're coming off our fasting. And like I said, guys, you know, the two protocols that Emily and I are using to help ourselves and to help those out there that I have on it, I mean, they're working phenomenal. Those of you that might be skeptic about intermittent fasting and extended fasting, don't be. There's too much science backing up the health behind it, and if you have health issues, if you're on some type of medication, there's no age limit to doing this. Athletes are actually doing this now because they're seeing the results of their performance, because they're now spiking into more of the testosterone and more of the growth hormones they need to increase lean muscle. Seniors are seeing, I mean, we're seniors. I'm 65. I'm seeing phenomenal results from this in a short amount of time. You know what? You just got to try it. You know, if you don't feel that I'm telling you the truth, well, make me wrong. Try it yourself. You might want to. You can message me. I can give you some more information about the two protocols that we're on. No obligation. It's free. Or you can go to my Drink Nature's Water Facebook page if you want. Like it. I got all kinds of other health blogs and videos that talk about this also. And also do your own research, but learn how to do the research right. Go right to the science sites, guys. If you go to Google Scholar, type in the benefits of extended fasting or prolonged fasting or intermittent fasting, you'll find some information there, guys. So hope you guys saw some value in this. I hope you guys are having a great day. And this is Bill, and we were going to see you on the flip side. Have a great day. Goodbye.